This episode of the DJ Force X podcast is proudly sponsored by Fixed. Fixed is a fan and artist-friendly independent record label that specializes in hybrid electronic rock. It's home to the likes of Celduella, Blue Starly, I Will Never Be the Same, Richie Nix, The Algorithm, Voicians, CD Akira, and a whole bunch more. Check out their latest label sampler for just $1 at their official store, fixedstore.com. That's F-I-X-T store.com. Save 10% off your first order by using my coupon code FORCEX. That's FORCEX. They have loads of shirts, hoodies, stickers, posters, and many other accessories for all their artists, and this is available worldwide with fantastic international shipping rates to go with that. So head over to fixedstore.com and check them out. And don't forget, use my coupon code FORCEX. Hello and welcome to the DJ Force X podcast, episode 29. I have Matt Rose, a vocalist who has worked with the likes of Dirtyphonics, Excision, the Qemists, and is currently with Spanish outfit GoMad and Monster. He's worked with all those people, and he's on my show. It'll be the second time round we did this interview. First time round, unfortunately, didn't go very well, in as much as the quality of the recording was horrible, heavily distorted, and I don't know if there was connection issues or whatever. I don't know. Didn't notice it at the time. Went back to listen back to it, and it was just horrible. Anyway, second time around, we got it. We got the conversation in, so here it is. But before we go to the interview, I just want to say thank you for downloading the show. That is absolutely awesome of you all who have, and those who have stuck by it as well. I'm getting regular downloads. I'd like to know what you guys want to hear on the show. And also, if you don't mind, leaving some reviews on iTunes and Stitcher or wherever you get your podcast from. There's some kind of rating, reviewing type thing on there. But yeah, 5-star reviews help a lot. Not going to lie. It sort of helps me get some of the sort of bigger names onto the podcast. Just purely because there are 101 of these sort of things. You've chosen to listen to mine, which I'm very grateful for. I just want that one more step of support. Just going onto iTunes, go onto the Apple site, go onto Stitcher, stitcher.com, find my podcast, leave a 5-star review, couple of lines about what you like about it. And that just helps. It just gets a little bit of traction. Get up that the charts on the sites. They have podcast charts in certain genres or whatever they're doing it in, and going up that would help because that would bring more listeners in, bigger artists. You get to hear me chat with these people, maybe go meet these people, stuff like that, and more sponsors, which also helps. But I've got plenty more coming up after this one as well. Just to give you a heads up, I've got Will Payne. He is formerly of Zero Cypher, my old band, but he's also got his own band right now called Road of May. So that'll be the next podcast. After that, I've got the drummer from Hacktivist. Him coming up. That was a great chat as well. I've got Seamless, part of the Fixed family, and Voicians as well, another part of the Fixed family coming up, and also French rap metal outfit Smash Hit Combo. And they're sort of half in the can. I've got a couple more sort of lining up right now, so hopefully I might even go weekly on this one, just to sort of keep, because there's release schedules for people and things like that. So yeah, anything you do to help, that would be great. I'm eternally grateful for you just even downloading and listening to it. But if you can just go that one step further, that would be absolutely awesome. So anyway, on to the interview. This is Matt Rose. Enjoy. Welcome to this week's show. I got Matt Rose with me. You may have heard of him. He's worked with the likes of Dirtyphonics and Excision, and he's on my show today. Welcome, Matt.
Hi, how you doing, mate?
I'm good.
Thank
I'm good.
you for having me.
Not a problem, man. Not a problem. It's our second time round.
Yeah, we're going to get this one down.
Yeah, didn't work out so well the first time round, but cool. So yeah, welcome to the show. And yeah, let's get some bits about who you are, where you've been, and where you're going. So take it away. Give me some history on yourself.
God, it's a long old history. I'll just cut to the best bits where, like a good Motley Crue autobiography, where it's just got the most rude bits. I really just, started playing music when I was 15, 16 in school bands because it was a good way to get girls. I think that's just every answer for every musician, isn't it?
Pretty much.
It's a good way to get girls. It was a really good way of getting girls. And I wanted to get as many as I could at that stage. Still do, actually. And don't let the girlfriend hear that.
I was going to say, is she there?
No, she's just left the room. It was playing in rock bands, and I think one of the highlights when I was that young was playing with supporting Paul Di'Anno, who was the first lead singer of Iron Maiden. And then at that point, an A&R guy from Virgin had spotted me, and he started helping me more and more. And then I was born in Portsmouth in the UK, which isn't a metropolis for the music business. So he was kind of very, influential in moving me towards London. And so that was the next thing, was to move towards London. I attended a music college and made all sorts of friends. And there I bumped into the drummer from Skunk Anansie, Mark Richardson, who had a new project on the go. So I started working with him. He then got the job with Feeder when the Feeder drummer passed away. I then got another job through a manager a guy called Nick Tauber, who produced the first Thin Lizzy record. And he produced a lot of Marillion. And he had a band he was looking after who their singer had dropped out just before a European tour. And I just was thrown into the fire like maybe a week before, learned a whole set and pulled it off. But that tour is actually when I first came across the Dirt, which is the Motley Crue autobiography. And I remember we were all reading it as we were doing the tour, passing it around. And it made my behaviour so bad on that tour that the tour manager actually left halfway through to go to the mountains in Switzerland at his parents' house and just said, "I can't deal with you anymore. See you later." I mean, we were trashing hotel rooms. We thought we were Motley Crue. We generally thought we were Motley Crue, but without any of the budget and none of the good songs. So our behaviour got pretty bad to a point where there was one town on the Swiss-Italian border where we had wrecked this hotel room. We were being followed by the police around this town, and all night we constantly walked around the town avoiding the police until we left in the morning, till they stopped hunting us. It wasn't a very big town, so we literally just had to keep going. And then after that, I started working with a guy called Pete Brown, who wrote the lyrics for Cream. And he was a major influence on me, on helping my lyric writing get better, a lot better even. He wrote Sunshine You Love, White Room, I Feel Free. He wrote some of the big hits for Cream, and was such a great beat poet and lyricist, and just taught me how to put myself in the right frame of mind for writing a song. It gave me a direction, really, and a new way of looking at songwriting. Because my songwriting came from a lot of basically copying other people, as you do in music. You take something, and so he really helped me try and find my own style. And then the other guy at that time I was working with was a guy called Chris Qemists, who worked with the Stones. He produced the Stones records. I can't remember which ones they were now. Undercovered, he produced a couple of EPs with us, and he was a real influence as well, because I got to ask him all the questions about how does Jagger do this, and how does Keith do that. So I'm picking up all these bits of information which were really handy for building my own thing. I then joined a metal band called Black Hand, and we had sorry, can you hear that? Should I shut the door?
I can hear that, yeah.
I've just realised
right.
my girlfriend's sister is fucking loud. She's a musical theatre student, so she just projects all the time.
Ah, yes, they
there
do.
You go.
They do, indeed.
Yeah. Sorry, where was I? Yeah, so I started working with a band called the Black Hand, who are a metal band, very much influenced by Alice in Chains. One of my biggest influences, especially Lane Staley. And then we started working with a producer called Eddie Kramer, who produced, he's produced everyone. The biggest one being Jimi Hendrix. And then Led Zeppelin 3 he did. So again, had him in the studio. We went into Abbey Road, very lucky to do that. We went into Abbey Road and cut our first sort of music for Universal there. And again, I just got to learn from him straight. You know, I had the chance to ask him questions, you know, and get answers that you wouldn't get in like maybe, you know, your typical interview in a magazine in sound say. So yeah, I've just had a privilege, you know, take up to there, and then I had a spell with the Qemists for about 5 years, and then started working with the Dirtyphonics.
Yeah.
Tell
me about how that came about, because they're quite prominent in the electronic dance music industry. Or do you like the term EDM? Are you one of those?
I don't mind it.
You don't mind it? It kind of it's just an acronym, isn't it?
Yeah, it sums it all up.
It does. Electronic dance music. How else would you explain? You know how it. But anyway, to market it, they came up with that. But
those guys, they were playing in a club in Brighton, and I brought them back to my local pub, and I had a lock-in with them afterwards, and we got really drunk and realised that we had a lot in common.
Yeah,
me and them, and just kept in contact with them really. And I had this vocal, which, you know, you can hear on the track. I just had one hook really. It was just, you know, who's got the power now? The game is over. Who's got the power now? Minds are sober. Who's got the power now? We're coming for you. I just had that bit. And then I sent them that, and they loved it. And they said, we've actually got a track which we're writing, which this is brilliant for, but we need more. We've got an intro. We've got a big epic intro. And they sent me it, and then I wrote the rest of it for them. And then I also had the other track, Since You've Been Gone. That was already written by me, piano and vocal. So I just gave them that, and they turned it into what it was, which, you know, I think they did a really good job on it. And had the two sides of me really, which was the soul side and the angry Rage Against the Machine side.
Yeah.
The angry political activist inside of me.
We've all got it. It's just
we've all got it.
It's just vocalizing it, you know.
It's vocalizing it because it can be, you know, society does everything it can to, you know, what's the word? Submerse it. To, you know, they don't want you. It's very easy to go, oh, there's so many problems in the world. I'm just not going to get involved in any of them because it's too overwhelming.
Yeah.
But I guess for me, you know, just being able to say, you know, if you're just being a vegetarian, or if you're just, you know, going to a political rally every now and again, you're at least doing something. And for me, Power Now was that.
Yeah.
Even though I think they, in their French way, and Dimac did misunderstand the politicalness of that lyric and tried to, in the good old American way, tried to say, or maybe they didn't like the fact that they knew that. And I think they did try to describe it as like, you know, you're taking control of your life in the, you know, the good American, you know, let's feel good way. And I was like, when I heard them announce that overnight, you know, when they first debuted it, I was like, nah, that really was not the thought behind that track at all, lad. But you run with it. But yeah, that came out on Dimac, so that was really good. And then I didn't realise that Power Now was actually meant to be a collaboration with Jeff Abel, Excision.
Okay.
So he couldn't finish it. So, but he heard that track and he loved it, and he put it in his Shambhala mix in 2014.
Nice.
And we then got put together. There was an email from the manager, or someone I think, did I send him an email? I'll have to look back. There was a contact with his manager, and it was like, do you want to do a track with Jeff? And it was, yeah, obviously yes.
Yeah.
And then I managed to work with Excision, and I didn't realise really until I started working with him, I didn't really realise how big Excision was. And he's done very well.
Yeah.
You know, him and Dion Timmer, who is scarily only 16, him and Dion Timmer have got a good thing. You know, they make some good bass music, and they're really flying the flag of keeping dubstep alive. And it is definitely alive in America. It's definitely alive.
It is.
May have died a death in England, in the UK, but it's very much alive there. But yeah, that's my involvement with them. And now I've just started to get involved with a band called GoMad and Monster, who are from Madrid.
Yep.
Who are fans of the Power Now track. And I heard their stuff, and they don't just work at, you know, drum and bass. They don't just make drum and bass. They make, you know, 130 BPM stuff. They make like hardstyle music. They make dubstep, but they like to make all sorts of genres, which I think really, you know, when people go to a festival, they do get the choice of all that, of that genre, don't they?
Yeah.
And, you know, having a DJ set that caters for that really appealed to me, because I think I was kind of done with relentlessly hearing drum and bass all the time. So yeah, I've started working with them, and we've released one track, which was put on the official soundtrack for the new recent Need for Speed game.
Yeah.
Shot a video for it, which is on YouTube if people want to go and check it out. It's called Under Control by GoMad and Monster, featuring Matt Rose. And yeah, we've got two EPs coming out, one after another.
Cool.
Which I'll be obviously sending to your good self soon.
Yes, please do.
And yeah, the idea is we're going to do 4 EPs, and then they make an album together. They're all linked. They'll all be linked by artwork and the names. It's going to be linked with the kind of like four riding horsemen of the apocalypse. That's how they're going to be linked. And then you get all 4 EPs. They'll make the album. If you see what I mean, the artwork will all join together to make one cover.
Okay.
That's how we're doing it. But we're just splitting it up into 4 EPs.
Oh.
So that's in the works at the moment. And playing shows with them already live, which is they're really cool live.
Yeah, you said you just played out in Bilbao?
Just played out at Club Bullshit in Bilbao. And
is that your name?
Yep, it's called Club Bullshit.
Okay.
What a name. There's no bullshit at that club, I'm telling you. I tried to find someone to speak bullshit to me in that club, and there's no one. It's a wicked club, and it's a really thriving scene in Bilbao. I mean, there's 800 kids there.
Yeah.
Just loving dance music, which is brilliant. And the same in Valencia. So, you know, there's a strong scene for us out in Spain, and now the key is to kind of build up that fan base in other places.
Yeah. So
I'll probably ignore the UK, actually.
Yeah, I would until it becomes.
Yeah, UK's it's a hard place to break, and yeah, I think the UK's got its own thing going on right now, and it's swung towards bands and I mean dance music. Don't get me wrong, Prodigy will still play a sold out show to anywhere they want.
Yeah,
but dance music isn't as big as it was a few years ago. But I think places like Spain are more reflective of American culture right now. And EDM is very much a word in Spain, and it's very, you know, they look at Ultra and they want that's what they look at, Ultra Music Festival. They think, from what I can gather anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think for me the UK is not something to be bothered at. I've played more than enough gigs here anyway, so it's nice to come and play Spain.
There is only so many times you can do that run of venues.
Yeah, it's good to get out. Plus, it's a lot. Spain's a lot nicer country as well.
Yeah, you probably got nicer weather.
Nicer weather. The girls are different. I've got to stop saying that.
You have.
The girls are different. Food is a lot better for me anyway. Yeah. I don't think British cuisine is really that. You know, what we've done well is steal from everyone else, the French, the Spanish.
Yeah.
Japanese. That's where me some of the best food is. So yeah, fuck the UK.
So,
but yeah, there was a brief moment as well. I was in a tech metal band called Monuments.
Oh yes, I forgot to mention that. Yeah.
So yeah, we released. I released a record with them called Gnosis, which we made with Dan, the wonderful, amazing Dan Weller from Sixth, who's a great producer. And I can't stress enough, if you're a young metal band out there, go and try and work with him, because he's a great producer. Does a lot of Enter Shikari. Does all of Enter Shikari now. Yeah. So yeah, we made that record. That's one of my proudest pieces of work, actually, Gnosis. And definitely people out there, if you're going to listen and actually check out some of my music, definitely check out the tracks Regenerate, 97% Static, and Blue Sky Thinking on that record, because there's some, and the musicianship in Monuments was second to none. I mean, they were really great players. Still are really great players.
I'm looking at the GoMad and Monster site right now, gomadandmonster.com, if anyone wants to go there.
I didn't know we had that. Cool.
Yeah, it's there. I was just wondering, which one are you? Are you in the band photos yet?
No, I'm not in the band photos yet. So we've done all that promo this week, and we're slowly building up to it. I mean, we're working the live show more. It still needs work. Yeah. So I think we'll be ready by September to like fully go ahead and have me as a face and everything. But I don't want to present something until it's like perfect.
Okay. That's cool, because they're all wearing masks. That's the only reason I asked.
They all wear masks. I mean, I'm debating what to wear at the moment. I might, if I can come up with a good concept then for something, then I will. Yeah. But it won't be a mask like that.
I was going to say, is that a thing for them, or is it just...
Yeah, they're like specially made masks. They're like made by like some movie person. Nice. They're quite expensive.
Yeah, playing in masks isn't fun.
No, it's a bit like... I don't know how Deadmau5 and all those guys do it.
Air conditioning in that big mouse head.
Yeah. No, they like. I mean, they like it because I think they generally, because they are. I think it was generally from like stage fright. It gave them more confidence. Yeah. When I think it kind of looks cool.
Yeah. No, I like I said, I've worn masks before. It's just not comfortable unless you obviously get them.
Well, these are like really specially made, so I've tried one on, and they're really like molded to the face, and there's lots of air vents. It's kind of been properly done. Yeah. Then a mask that you can just pick up.
Yeah, I'm not talking like a Halloween mask, those plastic things.
Yeah, I think they're probably bad. Yeah, they probably will steam up. These ones are specially done. Yeah. Yeah, I think GoMad and Monster did a similar thing from what they told me, that they started with with Halloween masks. Yeah. So they always had that idea, that presence of mind to do that. So, yeah. I think I won't be wearing a mask. I might come up with something though.
So they wear them live, right?
Yes.
But you don't. You're just
not at the moment. No.
Mask, if you will, so.
No, I'm too pretty.
We need someone pretty up front.
Yeah.
Cool. So, what are the plans going for? Obviously, you got an EP. Do you actually have anything in the pipeline, show-wise, or do you know when the first EP will be released?
The first EP will be released in May.
In May.
Second EP... no, actually, take that back. First EP will come out in April, and the second EP will come out in May. Yep. And then... I think the plan is to follow up with the third and fourth EP June, July. Then maybe a month gap, maybe. Okay. And then that will make the album. Yeah. And as for shows, there's festivals. If you go on the website, booked in. Ones that I'm on will state whether I'm on them, because it's still a very new thing at the moment. Yeah. And I've got other commitments I need to finish, but. I'm hoping we can finalise some big gigs with some big support slots, which we're looking at the moment. And the plan is to just get GoMad and Monster out there more and more.
I was going to say there's probably a few dance festivals coming up. It's coming up to the summer, so you probably have a good picking of what's available.
Yeah,
I would have thought. I don't know how difficult it is in the electronic dance, whether it's the same as the.
Oh no,
or if it's like if there's a different process, or if it.
It's the same as any process. It's just we need to release this new music. We haven't released any new music for a while, so this will be the first slot. So bookings are kind of reactive things. When people see that there's new bookings, new music, the bookings come.
Yes, yeah,
so,
yeah. Oh, that's cool. And obviously you're releasing it just in time for the summer, so hopefully jump on. That's a great thing about the electronic music thing. It's not like a band as such. So,
yeah, no, we can play. We can quickly assemble to play a show.
Yeah.
How
does that work with you being obviously based in England and they're in Spain? Is that a difficulty for you, or is that something?
No, it's not too bad. I think the language barrier is more of a difficulty, but they've, Skype conversations are definitely better than just messaging via text or Facebook, because things can get lost in translation, especially when, English isn't your language. So it works fine, and it just means I have to go to Madrid a bit more, which is, such a bummer. Madrid is such a great city. So it's fine. Everyone's a competent musician, so there's not actually any real bother there, as long as people learn their parts, and then we can just get together and do a couple of rehearsals a couple of days before we go out and play. And then once you're on a run, it kind of takes care of itself, sort of thing. But there's not been any real problems with that at all, which is good. I know some bands deal with having American, the American UK thing. Yes. So at least it's not that bad.
We talked about your music and everything, so we're just going to go for a couple of the bullet questions, if you will. Yep. So your top 3 albums. That kind of define who you are as a musician or person or both.
Okay. This is too hard to narrow it down to 3. Can we do top 3 artists? Was that your next?
No. We could do top 3 artists.
Top 3 artists would be easier because narrowing it down to works. Beatles. Yeah. Sorry to say, but there's so much rich. There's so much to learn from them, so much greatness, and I love the way they can turn their hand to any type of song. They can do like a Obla Dee Lobla Da to something great like While My Guitar Gently Weeps, or Taxman to A Day in the Life. It's just
it's like a lot of people they don't. I mean, when I say to people that Beatles are the most influential band in the world, I say that with confidence, if you will. So. But it's like, well, how? They just made pop tunes. And I was like, no, if you listen to not just the pop tunes, but listen to like some of the tracks, these deep cuts.
You listen to the Lennon ones, they ain't pop tunes. They're Lennon ones are deep cuts. They're
exactly. And people like you just listen to the musicianship as well, because you think from a band that were a 4-piece, and they recorded in a studio with just using just a couple of microphones.
Yeah.
But the sound, the way Ringo Starr drums, not many people can drum like that. You watch him and you try and mimic him. You can get the beat, but you won't get the swing with that. The way he plays, you will not get it, because he kind of he has this. I'm not going to say weird, but his technique is just
it's unique. And I think people like Dave Grohl picked loads of proper drummers. There was the video, wasn't there? I think they must have had like a commemoration anniversary for the Beatles, and they made a video for Ringo. Yeah, they had all the top drummers.
Yeah, he got put into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Oh, well, they should have been put in there ages ago.
Well, no, it was just him. The Beatles, I think, are in there, but it was just for him.
Oh, that's good.
He's got his
they should all be in there.
Yeah.
Individually, because even Paul, he's a great songwriter as well. But it shows when you have all those great drummers wanting to be in a video to say how innovative he was. He must be good, because there were some serious drummers in that video.
Yeah,
serious drummers. So
there's
no messing around.
No.
I guess second for me would be second or third would be Jeff Buckley.
Yep.
For me, Grace is a masterpiece. One of the best albums ever written. Her voice could do anything with that voice. And again, the songwriting, it's just that complete. For me, Grace is such a complete album. And I know he wasn't on the planet long, but he left us with some great work.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
I'd be happy to even write one of those songs, something as good as that on his record. Let alone how many 11 or 10 tracks that he wrote for that record. So yeah, that's another one for me. And then I guess third, that's going to be hard because the 90s was so good for grunge. But then I also was caught up being in England with indie. So you've got bands like AC/DC, Soundgarden, AC/DC, sorry, what did I say? Alice in Chains, Soundgarden, that really I would listen to non-stop, but then I would also listen non-stop to, Oasis and Charlatans and Stone Roses. So it would be to put another album there. I'm trying to think of an album that just doesn't stop, that I can't stop listening to start to finish. This is a hard question. Does everyone answer the whole question?
They do. Some avoid it and work their way around, or like you did, you changed it to artist rather than album.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I can even put another artist in there. I mean, the classic ones could go in there. I could say someone like Sabbath or Zeppelin.
Yeah.
Because they were obviously masters of instruments. Deftones, I would have to say, maybe I would have to say Deftones.
Okay.
For my third band.
Yeah, that's a good call.
Third artist.
Yeah.
And again, I couldn't name any album because there's so many great albums. With Deftones, because I thought Chino really there was no other better vocalist than him, original vocalist in metal.
Yeah. And still today, there's no one that's done anything close
maybe
to what
Maynard. Maynard is good. He's as good as him, but Chino, for some music, he's got something in that vocal that is just so...
Yeah, it's a thing. I really like the sort of the high pitched like male vocal, like Chino when he's going for it, or like an Axl Rose, especially when it's got the soul in it. If you get me, it can like not kind of like not so much Rob Halford, because his was very.
I'm more about the soul than the. I agree with you. I'm more about the soul. I know what you're saying. Yeah, Rob Halford and people like that, and even I would say, people like Bruce Dickinson and the kind of that kind of metal has not got much soul in it.
Or if you listen to we're going back a bit here, but Paul Catton, like a lot of people, you can listen to it and just like he's quite high pitched and But if you listen, like if you've seen him play live or listen to his vocal isolated or anything like that, it's got that element of soul in it, which like instantly draws me in, because I'm like, to sing at that pitch and have that edge to it is just because it's not just like high pitched and screaming.
Yeah, and him and Chino Maynard have that, and I think it comes from me liking that sort of metal more so than, because if I'm going to be honest, people, and this is where people go, I'm not going to even take this man seriously anymore. But I'm not a massive fan of Iron Maiden. I kind of like some of Metallica, but I'm not a massive fan of Judas Priest. Yeah, but it's got a bit of soul in it, because the vocalists I loved were Steve Marriott and Paul Rodgers growing up, and then all the black artists, the Otis Reddings, Marvin Gaye's, Stevie Wonder. These are vocalists who I would listen to a lot, and that's not to say that Bruce Dickinson's vocal isn't good. It's just for me, it doesn't have enough soul in it for me. Chino has that abundance.
Just that edge. Cool. All right. Well, last question.
Yep. Go for it.
Pretty much last question.
You can't have my number.
Ah, damn it.
Dude, it's pestering the hell out of me. I've got that injunction against you as well. You need to keep away.
I was going to ask if I could just, crash at your place for a bit, but no, it's all right.
No. I've got a funny story. Mikey Goodman once did that from Sixth.
Yeah.
Wanted to crash for a couple of days.
Yeah.
He was helping me write some of the vocals for the Monuments record.
Yeah.
Didn't think the guy was going to leave. I was like, you know, I just said a couple of days, yeah, to write for a writing session. He was like, yeah, sure. Yeah, 3, 4 days.
How long did he say?
4 days.
4
But I
days.
didn't think he was going to leave.
No?
I really didn't think he was going to leave. My girlfriend wouldn't let him stay anyway. He's actually a really sweet guy, really nice. Despite what you look at on stage, you think, wow, this frightful man's going to come around my house. He's actually really sweet.
No, I met him a couple of times. He's a nice guy. So
yeah, he's a nice guy. He's not like his character in Six.
No. Have you checked out Outpatients? Then it was Outside the Coma. I think
it was Outside Coma. Yeah.
That's the name. I've only got...
Yeah, he likes that culture a lot. He was working on that when I was with him. And there was also Painted Smiles he did as well. That was another side project he did.
Yeah.
He's a very talented guy. He makes a lot of... does his own videos. Yeah. He comes up with all the concepts and storyboards for them. He's a very, very talented guy. I mean, that's probably why Sixth why they've had to break up, because there's too many driving forces in that band.
Well, they just toured with Slipknot, didn't they?
Yeah, but they were on a break for a long time.
Yeah, they were.
And I think that has to be, part of the reason is because they are so Mikey is so strong, so creative and wants to take control of the video, the music. So does Dan Weller. Yeah. So does Pin.
Yeah.
They all do. I can see that band could be quite intense to be in.
Yeah.
But they're all older now and chilled. So
no, it was just nice to see them back, because I'd played with them countless times in England when they were, we did the same circuit, and I watched them every time, and just watching the musicianship.
Yeah.
In Monumental.
Yep, they're the best.
The way they worked, and then when they split, I was like, oh crap, and then you get the.
If they hadn't split, what could they have done?
Well, I think it was more they split.
They split. I know what they split because they hated each other.
Well, no, there is that. But no, I just meant after they split, a lot of bands came out. There's that whole mathcore thing going on. And
kind of rubbish. Well, that's where Monuments came from. Monuments were very much influenced by Sixth.
Mm.
All of those gent bands.
Yeah, was it Sixth and
tech metal?
Sixth and
Meshuggah.
Meshuggah, that was it.
Basically, there isn't a riff that John Brown from Monuments hasn't ripped off from Meshuggah. They're so good.
Yeah. No, they are. They are indeed. No.
But yeah, sorry, what was the final question?
No, it's all right. It's cool.
Just stay over. Don't worry, it's fine. Stay.
just your hobbies away from music.
Hobbies away from music.
Yeah, so I know you do a lot.
Drinking beer.
Drinking beer. Okay.
Yeah, lots of craft beer if I can. In England, we've got this obsession with craft beer at the moment.
Yeah.
So it means there's just a delicious beers surrounded. I'm surrounded by delicious beers everywhere.
It's happening here too.
Oh, great! America's always been good for it. I mean,
they've got a lot of IPAs.
Yeah.
There's actually a restaurant called World of Beers.
Oh, I've got to get to America. I do want to do a craft beer tour of America, but yeah, in England, I've done the Bermondsey Mile. So in London, in Bermondsey, they've got 8 breweries in a row, and they're really good. And you can go up there, and you just get pissed for the day, and it's just good that it's finally taken off so much. You don't have to drink all the crap like bloody Carling and Heineken anymore. But it does cost an arm and a leg to get pissed now. You kind of go to the bar and get everyone around for 4 people, and it's 25 quid. What just happened?
No, I remember back in the day when
someone just robbed me, and they didn't even have a gun to my head.
No, I remember back in the day when I used to. I don't drink anymore, but I used to drink.
Yeah.
And you used to go to you just get the cheap shit before you went to the club.
Mm-hmm.
So you get buzzed off that, and then you maybe have 1 or 2 drinks in the club. Yeah. Just like the cheap Fosters.
White Lightning.
Cider. Yeah, everyone's done it.
White Lightning, Scrumpy, Hooch.
Yeah.
God, I was trying to explain to the Spanish Hooch the other day.
Yeah.
Because I was like, what do you drink when you were kids? And they're like, huh? Like, you must have had Hooch or an Alcopop. And they're like, what are Alcopops? And I tried to describe to them what an Alcopop was so hard.
Yeah. Well, they kind of still have them here, but they've jazzed them up a bit. You can get it's called not your dad's or not your mama's root beer or something. It's what root beer is like.
Do they have alcoholic root beer in America?
Yeah, it's called hard root beer, or you've got hard cider, hard lemonade.
To get a hard root beer over here. Yeah. I mean, root beer is hard to come by as it is, but I love root beer.
Yeah, there's this Coney Island stuff. You can buy
in
supermarkets, but yeah, they got all kind of like what would be considered alco pops, but they're kind of jazzed up, nice labels, expensive. It's just like, nah, they're just alco. There's like this Budweiser got these this Rita brand, and it's like raspberry Rita, blueberry Rita, margarita,
so crap.
And it's just like in a can, and it's like pre-made, raspberry flavored alcohol. And it's just
sugar and
alcohol.
Crap in a can.
Exactly.
But yeah, the craft beers, God, I love them. I love going out discovering new ones. Yeah, what a hobby to have. I'm a beer drinker.
Yeah.
I try to go to the gym. That goes, 2 weeks after Christmas, I go to the gym, and then I stop for the rest of the year. I feel like that's enough.
Yeah.
The beer the rest of the work can be done by the beer.
You feel like you've done your bit.
Yeah. Then I walk to the pub and back.
Yeah.
Oh, that takes some doing.
Yeah, you get the pedometer. How many steps you've done.
But I play a bit of football as well.
All right, cool. Yes. How much are you playing tonight?
As a hobby, I suppose. Yeah. I hope you keep an eye on the Premier League.
I do. I'm a Liverpool fan, so
you've done over the weekend.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't actually see the game. I saw we were 2-0 up. I stopped listening to TalkSport because I took my kids roller skating. So and it's noisy there. And I got home and I saw it was 3-2, and I was like, "What the fuck happened?"
Yeah, I know. That's what I did as well. I'm from that part of the world, so when I keep an eye on Southampton.
Yeah.
I can't believe they managed to turn around. You should watch it. It's great to watch them crumble. It's great to watch Jurgen Klopp suddenly get that. He was literally, he loves to celebrate goals, doesn't he? So in the first half, you should have been out of sight in the first half, but something happened in the second half. You could have scored 4 in the first half.
I saw him have a go at Benteke.
Apparently he had a word with him.
On the pitch.
But then afterwards they said, they asked him that, and he said, I just had a word with him before he goes off to his country, because it's all the
international
pictures. Yeah. But everyone's saying, it looked more like a bollocking, and he said, no, I was just having a word with him. He was like, bloody hell, that's a strong word. He was probably like, you cost me that game, you missed that City, you idiot.
Yeah, you're a striker, you're paid X amount, you should get those
regardless. Score more goals, you goddamn donkey.
Yeah, damn it.
Well, I think he walked up to him and went, don't be another Heskey.
Yeah. Well, no, Heskey was good for a season. Yeah, but he was very good. He was partnered with Michael Owen.
That was more to his game than scoring goals, but unfortunately he was a striker, so it needed to be more about the goals.
Yeah, it did. But
it was good. There was more to his game than scoring goals. He gets a bad rep. That guy was strong, fast, and he could hold the ball up. And
he's still playing.
He can play. Bloody hell.
He's playing for Bolton, I think.
Oh, God.
Who lost 6-0 at the weekend. But
nice one, Heskey.
Yeah, blame him.
He's gone to sort that club out.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, he was playing in Australia for a long while.
Yeah.
Played over there. But apparently we might be getting Joe Cole playing for my local team here.
Brilliant.
According to, heavy rumour, once the season's up with Coventry, he's coming over to Tampa.
What happened to Joe Cole?
Oh, he played for Liverpool, then went back to West Ham.
What happened to Joe Cole? I don't know what happens to players. Torres, that's amazing how he went such a reverse for him.
Well, he's playing well for Atletico. He went back to Spain.
So, he's not still what he did at Liverpool.
No. But
and he's nowhere near Radamir Falcao. What the hell has happened to him?
No.
And the same way, and Joe Cole, he was an England international and Chelsea player at one point.
He was, but I think injuries stopped Joe Cole. I think that was his issue.
Yeah.
He was constantly injured.
You fear for someone young like Luke Shaw to see how he's going to come back, but hopefully he's young enough to come back. Because he's really promising, Luke Shaw.
Yeah. But it's a crazy season this season. We've got Leicester, who are probably going to win the league.
Oh, they have won the league.
Yeah.
Let's give in. Let's just see how they do against Barcelona next year.
Oh, that will be fun. That will be fun.
If they can beat Barcelona, that's brilliant.
Yeah. If they can keep the players they've got as well, that's the other thing, because I reckon they'll get pillaged to fuck. Like Mahrez, phenomenal player. He's been linked. He's being linked with everyone, but it's going to be tough to keep him. But, they could sell him for how much they paid for the rest of the squad. So
you become a shameless fan then of Leicester?
No,
because I'm shameless. I don't care. I'm just like, Leicester are cool.
If Liverpool aren't in it, I'd love them to win, because it kind of proves that you don't have to spend that much money. You just need that cohesion in your team.
Well, Liverpool don't want anyone else to win it, do they?
Well, no, there's that too.
United aren't going to win it though. Really, that's the only fierce rival. So if it's got to be anyone, I guess everyone wants Leicester to win because Arsenal don't want Tottenham to win it. Tottenham don't want Arsenal to win it. Yeah. And Liverpool won't want United to win it, but those guys are out. And United won't want City to win it. So Leicester kind of helps everyone just deal with the fact that it was a weird season.
Yeah. Let's see how well they do next season.
You've got all these hardcore Leicester fans as well who put money on their team at the beginning of the season, joke bets, who are now cashing them in for like 40 grand. Because
crazy.
The bookies are just going, please don't see it out to the end. Just take the money now.
Well, I only put a tenner on it, and I could get, what was it? Was it 1,000 to 1 or something?
Yeah.
Some of those odds?
Yep.
Crazy money.
Yeah.
But yeah. Cool. All right, man.
Cool.
Well,
Bye, mate.
Thank you very much for your time again. No, second time around, but this time I didn't hear anything wrong with it this time, so
cool.
Fingers crossed, everything will be good.
Thank you very much, mate. Thank you for having me on the show.
Yeah, not a problem at all. My pleasure. So, enjoy the rest of your evening. Enjoy your food if you haven't already had it. It's gone cold. And I'll speak to you soon.
Cheers, mate.
Cool.
Speak soon.
There we have it. At the end of another podcast. Thank you for listening all the way through. Go check out Matt Rose's material. GoMad and Monster have the Apocalypse EP that is out now. You can get that on all the usual outlets for music digitally. I don't think they have any physical copies just yet, but check out gomadandmonster.com for any other further news on them, or their Facebook is another good one, and the Twitter feed. Matt Rose's is at Matt_Rose666 if you want to follow him. But he's got plenty going on, working with a lot of people, but his main project right now is just GoMad and Monster. Which is great. The Apocalypse EP is a really good EP. I've listened to it a few times around now. Do that. Support the artists. Support the podcast. Go leave me a 5-star review, please, on the various places that this is available, iTunes, Stitcher, etc. That would be awesome. So then, until next time, this is DJ Force X, out.